各位看官，大家好。
Hello there, everyone. Anu here, the detective. If you've been watching this program for a while, I'm sure you've heard about the Tai Ji Men fake case, but unfortunately, the Tai Ji Men fake case has become the international attention of the human rights persecution case. Let us hear the international perspective on the Tai Ji Men forgery case.
I think is a blemish on what is a very fine system of justice in Taiwan. The role of government, the role of tax authorities, the role of prosecutors, their role is not to seize property, okay? Their role is not to prosecute people. That may be what they do, but that's not their role. What is their role then? Their role is to seek justice. Their role is to follow the rule of law. Because we're not here to prosecute or persecute people, we're here to seek justice. And if justice from information that comes and is learned afterwards shows that a prior ruling, a prior conviction, a prior tax assessment was wrong, then it should be corrected. That is precisely the case in the Tai Ji Men tax case. And it is inconceivable to me that there's even a discussion about 1992. Because the situation and circumstances there were no different than they were for the other years in which there's been a negotiation down to zero of the tax liability. And the world is watching. People are watching how this case is going to be handled. And I encourage all of the decision makers, to put a stop to this, to not seize any property, and not perpetuate an injustice that has gone on for 24 years.
We asked you and those following us by Zoom or YouTube to be here today for a very important human rights case. It's now several years I have spoken in various fora, including international human rights events and academic conferences about the Tai Ji Men case. And I'm always afraid that some misunderstanding may happen, because I fully understand it will be a logical reaction to say that's a very complicated Taiwanese tax law, so let's take it to Taiwanese lawyers and they should solve it. But that's a total misunderstanding. It is not, and it never was, a pure tax case. As we said, it's on two accounts a human rights case. First, it's a human rights case because the first human right is freedom of religion or belief. And this case started in 1996 when there was a massive denial of freedom of religion or belief in the post-authoritarian Taiwanese context. Whatever happened in subsequent years derives from this fundamental violation of freedom of religion and belief, and continues to be, to this very day, a violation of freedom of religion or belief. As Willy Fautré said, it is also a violation of human rights because it's a case of administrative corruption. As the United Nations have recognized, corruption is a violation of human rights. It prevents citizens from enjoying their human rights. And so it's a serious problem of corruption. Even the US State Department, in their yearly human rights report, they praise Taiwan in many accounts, and rightly so, but they say Taiwan has a problem of bureaucratic corruption it should solve. And the Tai Ji Men case is a case where human rights of the Tai Ji Men community were violated through corruption. It's a question of freedom of religion or belief, and it's a question of human rights. And on the other hand, we have the Taiwanese authorities, which said, sorry, but for the year 92, the statute of limitation has expired, so there is nothing we can do. But this is false, because it's an internationally recognized principle that when gross violations of human rights are acknowledged, the situation should always be rectified. And if there is no administrative remedy, there is always a political remedy. That we live in an historical moment when Taiwan needs a maximum of support from its international friends. But a precondition for this support to be effective is for Taiwan to put its own house in order and get rid of these ghosts of its authoritarian past, settle the scores of the authoritarian past.
Today, we commemorate a very sad anniversary. 25 years of persecution of Tai Ji Men by the National Tax Bureau in Taiwan. Conflicts of interests in state institutions themselves are at stake in the case of Tai Ji Men, which was falsely accused of tax evasion, but remains a victim of the National Tax Bureau. After so many years, because of a corrupt system of bonuses granted to officials of the Ministry of Finance, the National Tax Bureau, and the Enforcement Agency, who do not hesitate to fabricate cases of tax evasion just to get bonuses. Businesses are often coerced by tax officers to pay some unjustified taxes, and some tax officers would even conduct malicious tax audits for the sake of bonuses. Many people don't owe any tax, but the enforcement agency would forcibly auction their property, as it was the case with Tai Ji Men. Although there is no universally agreed definition of corruption, and the UN Convention Against Corruption does not feature one, the institutions of the European Union say that corruption is, and I quote, the abuse of entrusted power for private gain, unquote. Very clearly, there is corruption in the case of Tai Ji Men, because in their case, there are abuses by the administrative power for private gain. What is at stake here is the system of bonuses, which viciously leads to the over-collection of taxes and even the fabrication of tax evasion cases. This is an abuse of power for private financial gain.
It's clear, it's perfectly clear that basing on the whole story of this Tai Ji Men tax case, the tax office should be stopped from making any tax claim for the year 1992. And this is just exactly as you recalled, based on the principle of estoppel. Government is one. Different agencies cannot take different decisions, but there must be compliance with the law and with the principles. So we all hope that this case may be handled in the perfect way and be concluded in favor of Tai Ji Men.
In the Tai Ji Men case, we can see that the decision of the court is not applied as such, and thus we face a case of administrative violence and corruption. This case, which basically it's a tax case, still, actually, it is mostly a case of freedom of religion and belief. Now, actually, in the Tai Ji Men case, we see that arbitrary used by National Tax Bureau, who claimed that the content of the red envelopes should not be considered as a gift, but as a tuition fee for receiving training in the so-called cram school. And this is happening for only 1 year, for the year 1992. And the rest of the years, they were considered the red envelopes. How this is possible? How democratic is the situation in Taiwan that actually the National Tax Bureau can have such a big influence, even disobeying or not respecting the decision of the court? And I'm sure that actually the biggest issue that Tai Ji Men is facing is just that the corruption in Taiwan reached such a degree that nobody is truly correcting those which are making mistakes.
In the Tai Ji Men case, the authority of control has found gross violations of human rights by the authorities for the wrongful handling of the case. That is already a good thing, but it has not stopped the fanatics who were at the origin of all attacks against the Tai Ji Men. It has not put a final period to the case, because what matters to Tai Ji Men dizi is not the property per se. What matters the most is their right to practice their spirituality freely without being harassed, the right to teach their spirituality freely without being harassed, the possibility to spread goodness around without undue interference and without undue burdens.
In June 2021, we brought to attention to the UN Human Rights Council the case of the Tai Ji Men and the injustice they suffer in Taiwan. At this Human Rights Council, we denounce how the tax weapon was used to harm Tai Ji Men. In this statement, we highlighted and denounced the unscrupulous means used by the Taiwanese government in its attempt to destroy the Tai Ji Men movement. In September, at the 88th Human Rights Council session, we renewed our appeal for Tai Ji Men. This time, we highlighted the confiscation of this Tai Ji Men place of worship by the Taiwanese government. This is another form of discrimination, just as serious, because a spiritual community cannot exist without a place of worship.
On December 13th, a group of human rights activists and scholars decided to act in favor of Tai Ji Men by writing directly to Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, President of the Republic of China. The letter concludes, after 25 years, frankly, it cannot be enough to answer that this matter should be solved at the administrative or judiciary level. This has already been promised before and has not happened. At this stage, only an intervention by the government and the President of Taiwan can rectify the discriminatory action of the National Taxation Bureau and the National Enforcement Agency. Only they can cancel the unjust tax bill and give back to Tai Ji Men their sacred land. Experience has taught that without this political intervention, nothing will happen. It is no longer only a group of concerned Taiwanese citizens. It is a larger international community of scholars and human rights activists that urges you to act decisively and urgently. End of quote. Principles, truth, and acts of reparation are the key words of this important letter, and I am very proud to be one of the signers. So, Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, President of the Republic of China, the world is now watching you, expecting your answer.
Many international human rights activists have expressed their solidarity with Tai Ji Men and have 3 times submitted their investigation report to the United Nations International Human Rights Committee, as well as jointly signed a letter to President Tsai, hoping that the authorities will thoroughly resolve this case of human rights persecution that severely restricts people's thoughts and freedom. The government is still deafeningly silent on the issue and has no intention of resolving the bogus Tai Ji Men case. What insensitivity! In fact, Tai Ji Men is an ancient Qigong martial arts menpai, similar to a school, that was legally registered as a member of the Taipei City National Martial Arts Association under the Ministry of the Interior in 1966 under the name Tai Ji Men Qigong Academy. With the purpose of promoting Tai Ji Men culture and the physical, mental, and spiritual health of modern society. According to the Academy's written rules, it is to promote social peace, purify people's hearts, and promote world peace. Now we'll look at Tai Ji Men through the lens of a video.
Qigong is not just mankind's most ancient sport. It transcends sport. From the level of the soul, it enhances the capabilities of the body and mind. Ancient menpai, shifu, and dizi as one. Bequeath Tai Ji's splendid culture and achieve the overall health of body and soul. Jiang Menren, Grand Master, teaches his dizi, similar to students, the philosophy of yin and yang and life wisdom, guiding them to cultivate moral character and purify their hearts while strengthening physical, mental, and spiritual health. Jiang Menren guides his dizi to reach the highest state of harmony, uniting the heart of man with the universe. It's a form of self-cultivation in everyday life, beginning from wishing to change oneself, to find satisfaction in life, wisdom in which yin and yang are balanced. Traveling the world, participating in more than 3,000 domestic and overseas events, visiting more than 300 cities in 101 countries, hosting more than 20,000 public lectures, promoting love and peace education and human rights at over 300 schools at home and abroad, sharing concepts of love and peace to resolve conflicts in the world, launching the movement of an era of conscience, enabling the butterfly effect of an era of conscience to catch on in 200 countries, generating a common response from over 3,000 organizations. Launching a cycle of goodwill, which has become condensed as a formidable energy, changing the world, turning the world upwards towards goodness, forging a more beautiful life for everyone.
Dr. Hong Taozu has benefited numerous dizi in addition to teaching health and wellness, and despite being subjected to judicial and tax injustice in Taiwan, he never forgets his desire to help the world. In 1999, he launched a global campaign of love and peace. He and his dizi have traveled to more than 101 countries and 300 cities on 5 continents for more than 20 years, and through ceremonies of ringing the bell of world peace and love, they have connected influential people from all walks of life to contribute to world peace. The world has been suffering from the new pneumonia in recent years, climate anomalies have caused floods and droughts, and there have been many more. And earlier this year, Russia and Ukraine went to war, resulting in an energy and food crisis, and everything went up except wages. In such a difficult environment, Tai Ji Men organized the event Global Prayers for Love and Peace, Conscience Illuminating the World on October 16, 2022, with over 500 cooperative units from 108 countries. Dr. Hong declared October 16 to be World Prayer Day on that day. Let's go over this time in history together.
In this world of shocking waves, let's unite our prayers and light up hope together. Let's unite all the good thoughts and pray for the world.
Global Prayers for Love and Peace, Conscience Illuminating the World in 2022.
Everyone in the audience and online friends from around the world. Hello everyone. The world is now facing its greatest challenge in decades, and the turbulent environment has brought a huge challenge and a test for all of humanity, and you and I are all in the same boat.
At this critical juncture, we must be mindful, conscientious, and awake to reflect on the past with a sincere heart, heal our grief through good deeds, and act in solidarity to activate positive energy for a sustainable future.
Dr. Hong Taozu, the Zhangmenren of Tai Ji Men, gave a speech in San Francisco, USA, titled, A World of One Heart, A Wellspring of Happiness, on August 1, 1999. He hopes to spread a conscience-based culture with a heart of love and brotherhood, as well as to plant seeds of love and peace wherever he goes.
Even in the midst of a severe epidemic, Tai Ji Men shifu and dizi continue to promote love and conscience in a variety of ways around the world.
Let's begin this journey together by watching the video.
Love of the world, wish for peace. Gather conscience, change the world. The footprints of love and peace of Tai Ji Men shifu and dizi have spread to 101 countries with love as the driving force. We use cultural exchange to integrate the hearts of the world, connect global citizens, promote a culture of conscience, and cultivate the seeds of peace one step at a time. heart-to-heart communication across language and borders. Bringing hope for peace with love. Promoting civil diplomacy and sharing life's wisdom. Shifu and dizi with one heart. Promote goodness. Forming good relationship. Making friends from all over the world. Forging international friendship. The spirit of chivalry, the practice of martial arts and the commitment, stopping the flight and spreading positive energy. Let our conscience be the compass and guide the right direction. May you and I together usher in a future of love and peace. We have walked together through the history of spreading love with cultural exchange, towards a global family on the road to glory and peace. Even though the epidemic that began in 2020 has changed the world, love and peace have not stopped. Tai Ji Men, Shifu and dizi get online and communicate with people from all over the world through virtual meetings to continue to build a protective net for global peace. In the year 2022, as the world is shocked by the resurgence of war and conflict, Tai Ji Men, Shifu and dizi intensify their efforts to inspire each other and stabilize people through creating a culture of peace. At a time when the world is at an inflection point, it is necessary for global citizens to take actions to change the world with their conscience. Acting with conscience is the key to the transformation of solidarity and sustainable development.
Conscience is the key to sustainability, which is why we've gathered here today, hoping to pool our positive energy from now on.
We have walked the past road, as Zhang Menren stated, and the road ahead requires us to work together to face ourselves and create a truly meaningful life for ourselves. We are looking forward to returning to a peaceful world free of suffering, fear, war, and pain.
没有痛苦，没有战争的祥和世界。
现在
Dr. Hong Taozu, the Zhang Menren of Tai Ji Men, will now be invited to the stage to give a welcome speech.
是欢迎词。
很高兴今天
I am very pleased that we have gathered here today for the International Ceremony of Love and Peace, under the theme of conscience illuminating the world. Let us unite our good intentions and kind thoughts to sincerely pray for ourselves, our families, our countries, and the world. May all nations be blessed with safety, prosperity, and harmony, and may the world be blessed with lasting peace. Since ancient times, when natural and man-made disasters increase in frequency and people's hearts are uneasy, people have prayed to heaven in various ways, sincerely atoning with vows to do good, and pray that heaven would have mercy on them and bless the world with safety and peace. Today, we join in this ancient, solemn, and sacred ceremony to bring peace and tranquility to the world, through the 1-minute silence and prayers. We connect the conscience and good intentions of global citizens and pray for the world to be free from suffering and to usher in hope and light. Everyone is encouraged to protect the earth with conscience, help the world with acts of kindness, and contribute to the sustainable development of the earth and humankind. In the face of the common global crisis, the people of the world should bravely move forward, hand in hand and heart to heart, despite difficulties, to create a truly sustainable future for future generations. This is a critical moment. I now proclaim October 16th of each year as World Prayer Day, to commemorate the day when global citizens unite to pray for the world. to pray to heaven with sincerity and respect, and to promise to do our parts to gather the conscience and good intentions of all people so that disasters will end, wars will cease, and epidemics and diseases will be eliminated. We pray that all living things will be safe and free from pain and fear. May everyone's conscience be awakened, and may everyone do good deeds to accumulate blessings. Let us safeguard our conscience together, practice love and peace, let our conscience guide us. And take actions to change the world and improve the well-being of everyone. May you all be blessed with health and safety. May our countries be blessed with wealth, health, happiness, and prosperity. May the world be blessed with peace and security. Dr. Hong, Taozu, Zhangmenren of Tai Ji Men, October 16, 2022.
谢谢大家。
Thank you for your encouragement, Zhang Menren. Please return to your seat.
今天是一个重要的日子，
Today is an important day to encourage people around the world to pray for themselves, others, and the world, to find the pure heart, to pray with conscience, to do good deeds with sincerity, to pray for the end of wars, to keep epidemics at bay, to keep the world safe, to keep the world peaceful, and to allow the positive energy of the universe to lead the earth to the path of sustainable development. Dr. Hong, the Zhangmenren of Tai Ji Men, has declared today, October 16th, World Prayer Day, and issued a proclamation to that effect.
发表世界祈福日宣言。
我们邀请所有的好朋友
We invite all of our good friends to sign the Declaration of World Prayer Day on the Energy Family website. Everyone is welcome to help spread the word and bring more forces of kindness together. Let us all activate our consciences and this good thought together.
It is unfortunate that such a group, which has made significant contributions to our country and society, has been subjected to state violence for the past 26 years. Whatever one is doing, God is watching, as the saying goes. Justice has long arms, both good and evil will face retribution. I hope that these judges hiding behind public power can find their conscience and repent in time. They should, by the way, cherish public power and vindicate wrongdoing in order to accumulate merits for themselves and the benefit of the people. Let us listen to this song, A Prayer for Peace, together at the end of the program, hoping that everyone has a conscience and that all corrupt officials will wake up in time, follow the guidance of their conscience, and use their public power for the benefit of the people, so that the people can live a happy, peaceful, and prosperous life.
Let us illuminate our inner light, calm our hearts and pray for the world. May heaven have mercy on its children and allow them to return to the arms of love. Put down the weapon of hatred
Thank you very much. I hope that after watching these 5 episodes of Detective Año's chipping away at the fake cases, we can all call on the government to be conscientious and not have any more fake cases, so that Detective Año loses his job. In this manner, I am also willing. Goodbye, everyone.